Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. How does Pisces currently view this relationship? So we do have the King of Pentacles, we got the Knight of Swords, and then we also have the Justice card. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Swords. Okay. In regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, I see you making a very, very difficult decision. And this difficult decision has a lot to do with severing ties with someone. Now, here's one thing that I will say. When it comes down to severing ties with this individual in particular, I am definitely getting that it is a hard thing to do, yes, only because you didn't want to do this to begin with, if that makes any sense. Like, you didn't want to sever ties with this person. Your relationship with this person caused you to feel like you have no choice but to sever ties with this person. You see what I mean? It's like you're doing something that you know you have to do, that you don't really want to do, but you feel like, you know, they kind of pushed you to that point. Is basically what I'm getting. It's basically what I'm getting. So yeah, I do see you definitely ending things here with someone, but it's not somebody that you wanted to essentially end things with. You kind of, the situation itself made you feel like I have no choice but to end things with this person and walk away from this. Okay, how does this person currently view this relationship with Pisces? So we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Two of Wands, and then we also have the Three of Cups. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like this person's taking you seriously. I hate to say this, but I don't feel like this person's taking you seriously. If you're over here telling this person, yo, that's it, I'm done with you, they're not taking you seriously. Sorry. I don't feel like this person's taking you seriously. I don't think that this person is, yeah, no, I don't think this person's taking you seriously at all. At all. At all. At all. They're not taking you seriously. Like they're kind of the mindset of, I gotta see it to believe it. I gotta see it to believe it. Like, if you're communicating to them that you're really, really done with them, they expect your actions to reflect that. And if your actions don't reflect that, they're not gonna take you seriously. Is basically what I'm getting. Yeah, it's basically what I'm getting. Let's keep going, I guess. How does Pisces currently feel? How does Pisces currently feel? We have the Queen of Pentacles, so the Five of Pentacles. All right, Pisces. I'm confused, dude. I'm confused. I'm confused. That really did just confuse me, because you're kind of falling into this energy of, you see they don't love me, you see they don't care about me. Now I'm starting to think, did you say all of this and do all of this to get a reaction out of them? Like, that's what I'm starting to kind of feel, Pisces, that maybe that's what you did, where you said that you were like, you know, done with them or walking away from this to possibly get a reaction out of them, because something, the math is not mathing over here, you know what I mean? Like, obviously something occurred here between the two of you that caused you to feel like, I have no choice but to let this person go and walk away from this. Something obviously happened here that caused you to feel this way. However, this energy over here is kind of telling me that they're not, I guess, like, reacting or responding in the ways that you were hoping that they would. Like, I guess, like, you were like hoping that by communicating all this to them, that it will cause this person to, like, you know, run after you or convince you to not do this. And the fact that they're not doing that, it's causing you to fall into this energy of, oh wow, like this person, like they don't really care, and you know, things of that nature. Now when it comes down to what you express to this person, like I said, that's the only thing I'm really getting off of them, is that they're the type of person that they need to see it to believe it type of human. So if you're telling them one thing, they expect your actions to essentially reflect that. Up until your actions reflect that, they're not going to really take what you're saying seriously, is basically what I'm getting. Okay, how does this person currently feel? We have the Ace of Swords to the Tower, and then we also have the Nine of Cups out here. In regards to how this person is currently feeling, I don't see this person trying to control the situation at all. Like, if you want to go, you can go. You know what I mean? If you don't want to make this work, then you don't have to. Like, that's just kind of how they're looking at the situation. Like, I don't see this person trying to lift a finger to try to, like, stop you, talk to you, or make this work. You know, they kind of have this, like, mentality of, hey, whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, happens, you know? But in the meantime, it kind of looks like they're just going to spend time just kind of focusing on themselves. I don't see this person like obsessing over what's going on here between the two of you. They just kind of have the mindset of, hey, whatever happens, happens, you know, because I don't necessarily feel like they have any sort of control here. Like, in other words, they don't feel like they can talk you off this ledge. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to walk, then, you know, walk. You know, like, that's how they're looking at the situation. If you want to stay, then stay. You know, that's how they're looking at the situation. But as far as like trying to control the situation or obsess over the situation, I just don't see them doing that. And it makes sense, right? As to why you feel like this person just doesn't love you or cares, you know, about you in this dynamic that they share with you. It makes sense as to why you feel that way, because they're not even lifting a finger, you know what I mean, to try to like stop you or convince you into staying with them, you know? So I understand why you would feel that way. Totally. Yeah, I would totally understand why you would feel that way. I just feel like, I keep getting that though with you, Pisces. Like, I feel like you were hoping for a specific response and a reaction after you know, express to this person that you just can't do this anymore. Like, you were looking for a specific response / reaction that you didn't get from them, which is causing you to feel like, oh, they don't love me, they don't care about me. What actions? All right, we have the Five of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. Okay. Okay. So in regards to, all right. So in regards to how you plan on moving forward, I feel like the more this person sits there and does absolutely nothing to try to like stop you or, you know, beg you to essentially stay with them, the more you start to feel like, yo, this person really doesn't love me. Yo, this person really doesn't really give a shit about me. The more like angry you start to get, you know what I mean? Is basically what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Pentacles to Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Pentacles out here. I do feel like you're going to eventually cave in, Pisces. I am getting that. Like, I do feel like you're going to eventually cave in and really express to this person how you really, really feel. Like, how you really, really feel. How you really, really feel. Because with the Five of Pentacles to the Four of Cups to this energy out here, you're not expressing to them how their actions and their behavior are essentially making you feel. You're just kind of bottling it up and keeping it to yourself, which is like a typical thing any masculine energy would do. Is, you know, bottle things up and keep things to themselves and suppress things. Feminine energies, on the other hand, because you're dealing with a feminine energies are far more like vocal when it comes down to how they actually feel, versus masculine energies. Masculine energies just typically keep a lot of things to themselves. But anyways, I do see you eventually caving in and expressing to this person what you really, really do want. And it does appear to me that you don't want this dynamic to come to an end between the two of you. It also appears to me that you do want to work things out with this person. Just a little bit of a FYI, fair warning. I just said this to somebody. I want to say it was Gemini like a few weeks back. Be very, very careful with this, okay? Because you don't want it to get to a point where this person, because that, I don't know if you've done this many times where you told this person, I just can't do this anymore. I'm out. Goodbye. See you later. Like, I don't know if you've done this many times before. And if you have, it could definitely explain their response and their reaction. And the reason why I was telling, I want to say Gemini a few weeks back, because Gemini was in this kind of like same predicament, if you will, where they weren't really getting like the response / reaction they wanted from that person. They were also, you know, doing things within that dynamic that they didn't necessarily want to do, like ending the relationship, for example, or the marriage, and then eventually changing their mind at the last minute. The reason why I'm saying just to be very, very careful with this is because the more you do this, the more that person that you're doing all of this like to starts to not take you seriously. So it's one of those things, especially when it comes down to ending a marriage or relationship. Only say it when you mean it. Only say it when you have every intentions of following through. Because if you just change your mind at the last minute and this becomes like a repetitive thing here, they're not going to take you seriously. You know what I mean? They're not going to take you seriously. So before you reach this point of feeling like, I can't do this anymore, you know what I mean? And then you turn around and express that to them, before you do all of that, just think about it. You know what I mean? Just think long and hard about it, because the last thing you want is to deal with somebody who's not taking you seriously. And I feel like maybe this could have happened so many times within this dynamic to the point where this is why you're getting the response and reaction out of them. Maybe you've told this person many times you're done, and then you change your mind at the last minute. You know what I mean? And it could explain why they're not taking this seriously. It could explain that. You know, that's definitely a possibility. But what actions? We have the Star to the Three of Wands. We also have the Moon, and then we also have the Four of Swords out here. So in regards to how this person plans on moving forward, this to me kind of feels like an energy of them kind of like playing like oblivious, is like the best way that I could describe it as I'm seeing here. Deep down inside, this person, you know, kind of felt like maybe you really weren't done with this entire situation. But again, like their biggest thing is, I'll believe it when I see it type of deal. So they kind of knew deep down inside that this would happen, that you would cave in and try to fix and repair things here with them. But I see them kind of acting oblivious, like, oh, wait a minute, I'm confused. I'm so confused. Wait, hold on. I'm confused. I thought you said you were done with me. I'm confused. Like, this to me just kind of feels like an energy of them just kind of playing like oblivious. Like them just kind of playing it off like, oh my God, like I'm so confused. Like, where is this coming from? I thought you said you were done. What's going on? I mean, I'm confused. Like, what's going on? I'm confused. Like, they're not really confused. They're just acting oblivious. You know what I mean? They're just acting oblivious. Like, I feel like deep down inside, this person knew that this is what was going to essentially happen, that you were going to come in and try to heal things with them or repair things with them. But it just kind of looks like they're just going to decide to kind of fall into this energy of confusion, you know, like, oh, wait, what do you mean? I thought you said you were done with me. What's going on? I'm confused. Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening here? What do you mean? What do you mean you want to work it out? Wait, I thought you were done. What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, they're just going to play a bit oblivious, is basically what I'm getting. All right. But yeah, that is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully your reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.